Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be giving you my Pisces February 2020 horoscope forecast, part 2 of 2. And yes, this does apply and pertain to the Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. Anyway, people, first thing up is, as far as February goes, Mars will be in Sagittarius from the 1st until the 16th. So the 10th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, the situation with people prominent in one's career, stature in life, public image, reputation, the dominant parent, which is often the father, may be a little bit more contentious and acrimonious, more so than usual. There may be arguments, there might be philosophical differences, there might be arguments connected with the law, the religion, what's veracious, what's truthful, even sports debates at times it could manifest. And now, also, if you're unattached at this time, Pisces, you may connect with a Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Sagittarius characteristics. It might be an older person, someone prominent in your career. It could be somebody figures strongly in your public image, your reputation. Somebody could be someone in business, somebody that plays a strong role, pivotal role in your stature in life. It could also be about injecting a lot of energy and vitality into Sagittarius type career endeavors, such as something with philosophy, the religion, law, something with sports, translation, publishing, foreign travel, higher education, anything that could be Sagittarius related. Next thing up, well, Mars will be in Capricorn as far as February goes, from the 16th until the 29th. So the 11th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, the situation with friends, acquaintances, people you know in groups, clubs, organizations, stepchildren, if applicable, may be a little bit more contentious and acrimonious, more so than usual. There may be arguments over politics, business-related matters, matters pertaining to the government. It could be over authority issues, maybe somebody being overly bossy or authoritative. This could also be a time too, if you are unattached at this time, Pisces, you may connect with a Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or simply one, that embodies Capricorn traits. Could be somebody that may have been a friend where it escalated into something stronger. Could be an acquaintance that you may have met. Maybe it's somebody you met at a group, club, or organization, or someone you simply met through social media or social networking. Could also be injecting a lot of energy and vitality into doing something as far as a Capricorn goal or aspiration. It could be something like with dentistry, information technology, accounting, business, politics, masonry, anything, something with the government, anything that could be Capricorn related. It's also a lot of discipline energy in matters with friends and acquaintances, attaining your goals and aspirations, and also very planned, premeditated energy in matters as far as your future may go at this time as well. So anyway, well, next thing up is Jupiter will still be in Capricorn, so the 11th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, this could manifest in a number of ways. As I've said in previous videos, Jupiter could be rather paradoxical. It could be very strongly benign and benevolent, but it could also have a tendency to enlarge and expand. Now, in some cases, this can enlarge and expand limitations, restrictions, responsibilities in matters with goals, your aspirations, your future, or even maybe even matters with stepchildren, if applicable, or some group, club, or organization. It could be maybe in matters with social media, if you're in some position of authority, like if you're a head of some, like an administrator of some group on there or something. It could be, or this could expand those responsibilities in connection with that. But at the same time, this could be very fortuitous and beneficial for a lot of consistent, disciplined energy in matters with your goals, your aspirations at this time, in matters with stepchildren. It could even be very fortuitous for Capricorn related goals and aspirations. It could be doing something like with business or politics or something with the government. Um, it could be dentistry, some kind of like accounting or information technology, masonry, anything that could be Capricorn related. It could also be something, in some cases, it could be something Jupiterian, which might be a goal or an aspiration. It could be something like with publishing or religion or higher education, but flavored with a lot of Capricorn, consistent, responsible, very orthodox, methodical energy as well at this time. So those are some ways that this could manifest and pan out for you at this time, Pisces. And it also could be about putting a lot of real jocular energy in your groups and with your friends, your acquaintances at this time, but flavored with a very kind of wry or dry kind of Capricorn sense of humor. It might be flavored with a little bit of a caustic wit. So anyway, in very serious, kind of a little serious humor, so to speak, at this time. Next thing up. Well, Saturn will still be in Capricorn at this time, so again, the 11th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, you might find yourself taking care of a sickly or debilitated, could be a friend, an acquaintance, a stepchild if applicable, somebody you might know while at some group, club, or organization, somebody you met through social networking. It could be something Capricorn related, such as something with the bones, the knees, the joints, or the hamstrings, and maybe making you feel somewhat despondent and melancholy at this time. And it could also be a time too where this could be about a lot of dealing with a lot of responsibilities in groups at this time, in matters with your friends, your could even be acquaintances at this time, or a lot of laborious, consistent efforts in humanitarian endeavors, and also toward your future. In some cases. Now, it could also be a time where older people might be figuring more prominently in your friendships and your acquaintances, and maybe people that you might know through social media and social networking at this time, more so than usual. And also could be a time where you might be having more structure and discipline in matters with your goals, your aspirations, and going after your future at this time. And again, Saturn and Capricorn energy could be very laborious and consistent energy in these 11, and being in the 11th house, of course, in these 11th house matters at this time. So anyway. Well, the next thing up is Uranus will still be in Taurus. So at this time, the 3rd house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So, well, you might be dealing with some certain unusual, stubborn, obstinate behavior from siblings, from cousins, from neighbors. You might be a little bit more innovative in your communications, and your ideas might come very extemporaneously, very spontaneously. At this time, you might also you might be doing something in terms of writing, something Uranus related, such as something with astrology, astronomy, something with aerospace, rocket science, something connected with science fiction, writing about innovation, new ideas, the future, something with computers, electronics, anything that could be Uranus related at this time. But also remember, Uranus is very unpredictable energy, so be very careful in terms of your short journeys at this time. It's also, your communications may be a little bit more erratic and sporadic, more so than usual. And you might find yourself, of course, thinking more innovative at this time, thinking more outside the box, so to speak, at this time, more so than usual. And could be a time too where you might be dealing with some odd situations or some kind of electrical wiring issues. I mean, of course, we're talking about anything with electricity is associated with Uranus. You might be dealing with some electrical issues with your vehicle, because the vehicles, of course, are associated with short journeys at this time. Or it could be about a new innovative way of transporting yourself, such as an autonomous vehicle if they do have them available, or it could be something you could be pondering if it's not currently available. You may want to check online as far as that goes. But this could also be more about internet communications, more so than usual. If you hadn't been on the internet really much during your life, this could be a time where you might be communicating more via the internet more so than usual, and they're going to impact your communications more so than usual perhaps at this time. Hold on a moment, people. Sorry about that, I'm back. Anyway, Neptune will still be in Pisces, so the first house as well will be emphasized and highlighted. At this time, you might find yourself really at this time a little bit more, your energy, your vitality, physical energy, vitality may be a little bit more dissipated, more so than usual. Pisces generally is not known for an abundance or surfeit of energy, but it might feel like it's dissolving at this time as well. You might also be dealing with some Neptune related issues connected with the physical body, such as something with the feet, the toes, the lymphatic system, or there might even be some drug or alcohol related issue. It could even be an inadvertent or accidental drug assimilation like radon, which might affect you physically at this time. But you might also come across to others as even more nebulous and unclear, more so than usual, a little bit more obscure, and even more than you typically are, Pisces. At this time as well, on a positive note, this could also manifest in Neptunian new beginnings, such as something with poetry, dancing, and metaphysical, which includes astrology, spirituality, something with anything with water like aquatics, or again, anything Neptune related like photography or chemistry, or even working with special effects like illusion, like doing something like a magician. Anything again that could be Neptune related. But you might find also at this time where a grandmother, or even people that might have been prominent in your early childhood, may be a little bit more nebulous and unclear, more so than usual, and it might be harder for you to find some kind of direction at this time, as again you could come across a little bit more nebulous and unclear, and this could also often be like a drifting kind of transit. It could also be difficult defining, because it might be difficult defining your objectives at this time and direction you want to go as far as new beginnings. But also too, when you're talking about Neptune and astrology, it could be about in life, wherever it's transiting, it could be where one might have a tendency or proclivity to fantasize or daydream about, as opposed to taking action on, especially if it's making an adverse aspect to your natal, say to your natal Mars or Sun at this time, because this could be, and that could increase that propensity, and that could indicate more daydreaming and fantasizing in matters pertaining to new beginnings. Maybe even matters with people you knew from your early childhood, matters connected with the grandmother, or people that were doing things in connection with the physical body, such as doing, working out, as an example. So anyway, last but not least, Pluto will be in Capricorn still, so the 11th house as well will be emphasized and highlighted at this time. I know a lot of you don't want me to say the dreaded D word, but I'm going to anyway. In some cases, this could manifest in the actual or literal death of a stepchild, if applicable, a friend, or an acquaintance. Capricorn energy, of course, could be very despondent, very melancholy. Could be a time too where this could be about doing something Pluto related as far as a goal or aspiration, such as something with nuclear physics, a death profession such as aspiring to be like a coroner or mortician, a funeral director. Something could be something again Pluto related, something like connected with the occult, supernatural, astrology, doing something with recycling, insurance, transformation, like rebuilding vehicles. You may be more involved with more power struggles at this time with stepchildren, with friends, with acquaintances, more so than usual at this time. And it could also be a time too where this could be, you're talking about Pluto and astrology. Sometimes it could often obliterate and destroy things. This could be about the obliteration, destruction of your friendships. You might end a lot of your friendships at this time acquaintances you may have known. But remember that Pluto is also about revival, rebirth, and regeneration. It could also be about restoring them at some point, or maybe supplanting them with some other people. And also, anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, people, Edwin Learnard saying stay well.